Welcome to Great Wrestling Debate, everybody. We're coming off of a rather, I guess, interesting Hell in a Cell pay-per-view and Monday Night Raw that followed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you listened last week, I think for the most part, with what we were given going into Hell in a Cell, we kind of called the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of predicted it correctly. I went back and thought about it after looking at the results and.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I don't think you need to buy the. I think all you need to do is listen to the Great Wrestling Debate last week, and we pretty much called what was going to go down at the pay per view, with the exception of a couple a couple matches that were like thrown on the card last minute that nobody
Yes,
really
because
cared
everyone wanted
about.
to see the Fandango and Summer Rae and Natalia, Great Khali. Because every time the Great Khali wrestles, that's puts butts in people's seats.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, a quick rundown. Let's first off the panel at Hell in a Cell. Dolph Ziggler giving his analyst opinion. Why? Wow, the mighty have fallen so fast in this company. There's someone else who in this pay per view also I think it pretty much is. I would say he's done, but his stunt as quote unquote maybe being a potential guy in the future might have also snapped. But no, Dolph Ziggler giving his thoughts on a pay per view like an analyst, like he's someone in his 50s and 60s who can't wrestle and has no thoughts and that. But I mean, you hear stories about how he's cocky backstage. And that's why he pisses. Keep in mind, I thought the whole point was his character was that he was a show-off guy.
Yeah.
And if that's who he is in real life...
Might be some kayfabe in there.
Yeah. But that's the thing there, too. I mean is it kayfabe or is this who this guy is in real life? That's the case is, give more props to him. It makes us more believable to his character than anything.
I agree.
But yet, this guy got punished and treated as if this guy just is worth nothing. Not to mention the rumors that they don't like him because he's not a big star.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought we were through with this whole idea.
Yeah.
Because I keep hearing, I swear to you, during the whole CM Punk Triple H feud, I swear to you, Triple H said, that's not this company, and he's more mentality of big matters.
Yeah.
And to agree, it doesn't matter, because obviously if you're going to be big, you better damn sure know how to wrestle.
Right.
Because they'll bury you soon, like any other big guy that comes in here. But no, the Ziggler downfall just blows my mind.
Me too, yeah.
This guy was a world champion a few months ago. Thought he was going the up and up. Gets a concussion. Sad situation for the man. But yet, still going to have the title defended. Defends against Apollo Del Rio. Who at this point had one of the most saddest babyfaces runs I've ever seen in my life. And we get to the Alberto character later on in the card for Hell in a Cell.
Oh, yeah.
But yet, he loses the match. Fine. He turns babyface then. Smartest move I ever thought on WWE's part. Ziggler clearly can be a more better babyface than Del Rio can. And more relatable. Because he is a boat master. For crying out, he is, at one point, Shawn Michaels. At this rate, the boat master, I think, is Seth Rollins. But once again, we get to the Shield match. We'll get to that point. But, he has these matches, these 5-star matches. He bumps like there's nobody else can bump. And all of a sudden, gone. He gets screwed by AJ Lee, and all of a sudden, that's it. He's gone. He's out of the title picture. Forget that. He's out of any title picture, pretty much.
Right.
He's not even featured on a pay-per-view. A B-list pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But the Great Khali is.
Which all had matches that were just thrown together. Half of them were thrown together, it seemed anyways. Yeah, Great Khali just, let's throw him on there.
It blows my mind. But that's the pre-show. Now let's get to
That's only the pre-show.
Yeah. Let's get to the actual pre-show match, which was Damien Sandow against Kofi Kingston, which shocked me, and then I heard that Curtis Axel got hurt.
Yeah.
By a big man by the name of Biggie Langston.
Yeah.
Now, the Langston's credit, I don't think it was like the Ryback hurting, or should I say, nearly killing CM Punk by press slamming him incorrectly onto a structure at Raw.
Yeah.
A CM Punk man that has already bad knees, bad back, and is I think at this point, wrestling purely on fumes and the fact that the roster is so thin right now.
Yeah.
Which is going to blow my mind why Raw closed the way it did with the thin roster.
Amongst other things.
Yeah. So we get Damien Sandow against Kofi Kingston. Fine. Yeah. Sandow needs to get something, Kathy. He's the Money Bank winner.
Yeah, they've been doing
I figured he was going to win Kofi Kingston because at this point, another guy who I thought at one point was going to be a main event player now, has essentially been phoned the guy as he's a good wrestler and he can make any new guy that comes in look like $1 million. He's the Barry Horowitz now of Monday Night Raw, Kofi Kingston. Nobody gets the reference. I guess you got to type in Barry Horowitz. He was a jobber that literally was better than what he was being advertised, and he would make anybody, and I mean this, Tyler, anybody during WWE, and this was even during WWE's heyday. We're talking like 1995, 96, before any Austin, before any Rock showed up, before any Attitude Era. Made a guy like $1 million. So that happens. Then we get the pay-per-view. And to their credit, it started off with an amazing opening match. I didn't watch the pay-per-view and didn't order it, but I saw highlights though of the pay-per-view. YouTube highlights tend to sum up the pay-per-view very well, at least from a wrestling standpoint. So a great match. And like I said, the reason why I said Seth Rollins is now the new Bolt Master is because there was a highlight where everybody's fighting on the outside. The Usos, the Shield, Goldust. Cody, I believe it was Cody Rhodes, has Seth Rollins from the top turnbuckle. Going for a suplex. From the top turnbuckle, may I add you. And they go out and fall in this pile. That spot looked insane. Safe, because the whole point of these guys on the outside is to catch these guys, but still, an insane spot. So Seth Rollins now has replaced Dolph Ziggler as the spot guy.
That was awesome.
And based on the whole Shield stare down now, it looks like we might get a solo Seth Rollins performer soon.
Yeah.
Which once again, we'll get to Raw in a second.
Yeah.
Then the next match, I believe, was the Fandango Summer Rae versus Great Khali and Natalia. I believe that was the next match. I might be forgetting some matches, Tyler, because they threw so many at the last second.
Yeah, in the Fandango one, who cares?
It was a throwaway, pretty much. Here, you know, still, the right team won. Because if there's anybody who has more of a shot in this company, it's Fandango over the Great Khali. You don't need to be a wrestling expert to figure that out.
Yeah, Khali's heyday was a while ago.
Yes, back in the day, back when he had all the momentum from being in the longest yard of Adam Sandler and company. That's the only reason why he's got some kind of a buzz. Yeah. He was also in Get Smart with The Rock too. I mean, and Steve Carell in that. But besides that, he really hasn't done a whole lot.
While ago. Yeah, and he's up there in age now.
Not to mention he's supposed to be
a huge guy.
He's a huge guy that has bad knees. Yeah, bad knees.
Look at the way he walks.
He's no Big Show Kane in the ring.
Yeah,
very slow. Yeah, in fact, I think he even killed a guy one time training. Incorrectly, I think powerbombed him, which is I guess that's why he doesn't do a powerbomb or anything. Yeah, just his basic body slams and clotheslines and the saddest chop I've ever seen in my life. But then we go into Biggie Langston, Dean Ambrose, because earlier, Biggie Langston now is an analyst. And he calls out the Shield pretty much saying, now the only reason why the Shield have been the champions is because when one of them in trouble, they just jump the other guy so that they can either cheat the win or retain the title. And Dean Ambrose did not like that.
Yeah. So
he pretty much said, okay, maybe the young guy in the block, which is funny coming from the Shield, who I think are some of the youngest guys on the roster, yet are like main eventers already. Yeah. At least they act like
definitely,
it.
Yeah, definitely.
And yet, do not get punished because which still blows the whole Dolph Ziggler thing of a way.
Yeah.
Because essentially, they're talking the same way Ziggler's talking, yet Ziggler gets accused of being cocky and arrogant. I'm sorry, what the Shield exactly been doing? Because even in interviews, they admit, oh yeah, we're big time already.
Yeah.
I think most of these guys are in their early 20s. Yeah. They're easily some of the
I think Roman Reigns is 27.
Yeah.
He's actually an ex-Jacksonville Jaguar.
Huh.
He actually had a short time, I guess.
Well, he's The Rock's cousin too. I mean, that's another big.
I mean, there's
coming from that very long family, that family tree of wrestlers and football players. But then we have Dean Ambrose and Langston. Now, to their credit, based on highlights, Langston can wrestle.
Yeah.
Granted, he got a little bloodied up in the match.
We saw that.
Along with Dean Ambrose, too. So, you know what? That's also Dean Ambrose style. To me, he likes to play... He likes to wrestle... I want to say the right word here. Rough. I guess that might be the
brawler. Yeah,
he's a brawler pretty much.
Yeah.
He likes to throw a lot of punches, heavy punches and kicks. Likes to really get really messed. Like he's not really flashy on moves there, but he's got the psychological aspect of wrestling down. I think.
Right.
Almost like a Mick Foley, I think.
Yeah.
Though I do not see him doing any crazy shit that Mick Foley did in his career. Because
Yeah.
Foley has told numerous of the young guys, don't do it because now he can barely walk. He has short-term memory loss, and I mean, you name it, he's had it. But we had this match, great match, and Ambrose's still the champion. I figured that. I didn't think they were going to give Langston the belt.
Yeah.
Though I have a feeling Though I have a feeling his time will come.
Yeah.
Probably at the next pay-per-view down the line.
Yeah. And essentially, this is what we were saying. He was going to face Curtis Axel, and then it's like all right, let's just have him go for the other mid-card singles championship. Which goes into a whole other thing of WWE having too many belts and whatnot. But we basically called this too. I mean, this is something you didn't.
I might be skipping a match, but I believe CM Punk Ryback was next. I believe.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
and Paul Heyman's credit there, he did not really get involved in this match like I thought he would. But since to say this feud is over, and thank God it was bound to happen. But now the mighty have fallen once again. This one I'm actually fine with, because you hear reports not just of the fact that Ryback is a sloppy wrestler, and by this really I think is going to affect the whole Goldberg going to WrestleMania, because really at this point, if it's not Ryback, and if it is Ryback, it's going to be a match that lasts a minute, I guarantee you, Tyler. All it's going to be is Ryback's going to talk trash to Goldberg. Goldberg's going to smile. They're going to go in the corner. Goldberg, spear, jackhammer, match is over. Ryback is officially banned in the company because he lost to a man who I believe is in his 40s in Bill Goldberg.
Yeah.
And Goldberg can officially say he's the better man, which I'm sure will really make the Ryback career really take off then. That's the only way I think this is going to even work now, because save Worker, and now you're going to want him to work with Goldberg maybe at WrestleMania? Not going to happen. But then you hear reports of him supposedly when he was a babyface, he had to go to interviews and something, and he was just miserable there. Did not want to be there.
Really? Huh.
Yep.
I mean, I've seen like real, I've heard of real life interviews, and it seems like a surprise to me that because Ryback's a guy that has been devoted actually to being a WWE big time superstar in the future.
Well, yeah, but he supposedly has like he doesn't want to do he hates doing interviews supposedly. I can hear minor to Tyler. You might hear the actual interview, but you might not hear what happens before the interview, which I think is what WWE handle it coming. Okay, Rob, you guys, okay, ask these questions. Okay. I mean, there's a reason why Cena is still the man. That's because at 4 a.m. in the morning, if WWE tells him, okay, John, there's a radio station in Australia. You got to call. It's going to be done over phone. 4 a.m. in the morning. He needs to go. Oh, God, it's 4 a.m.? Why can't it be later? It's no problem. I'll do it. That's really how he got over. He got asked to do something. He did it. He was fine going out and promoting himself. Yeah, it's tiring work. It's not an easy career to be in.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody. Especially professional wrestling. It's definitely not for everybody. In fact, it's a career that I've heard plenty of veterans say, do not go into, because you will be fried mentally and physically by the time you're done. But yeah, he did not want to do autograph sessions, supposedly. I mean, the guy pretty much just had a bad attitude. Not to mention, supposedly he also had the John Ziggler thing where he thought he was better than what he was being advertised. Granted, most of his early matches barely lasted a minute. It was against jobbers. So I don't know where he came off with. He was a wrestling god, I guess, if we're going to go from JBL here.
I mean, like I look at a match like the TLC 6-man tag match against the Shield last year,
where he nearly killed Seth Rollins.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was a big bump, but
I mean, no, but it's just, to me, this is once again a guy that looks like $1 million on paper.
Yeah, I mean,
But there have been times where he's wrestling and it looks like he's being very unprotected towards the guy he's working with. Yeah. And that's very serious in a company that definitely is trying to avoid injuries.
Yeah.
And more importantly, trying to avoid someone suffering massive damage to, I guess, their mental state due to a certain wrestler a few years in the back.
And that shouldn't happen if he's been, devoted all this time apparently. So.
Well, he might say he's devoted to Tyler there, but at the same time, to me, the whole Punk thing did not help him.
Yeah. Well, no, it didn't. I mean, just like this.
Punk's a top guy.
Yeah.
He's taking time out of his schedule to work with Ryback to make him look legitimate.
But I mean, it's not even helping though. I mean, Raw the other night, he beats him in like a 3-minute match
because he's in the doghouse, Tyler.
Yeah.
You want to?
But I mean,
when you're in the doghouse, you're in the doghouse.
But I mean, it's like, what's the point of you even working?
Because they're in the middle of a feud.
Yeah, but I mean,
you got to wrap the feud up, Tyler.
But
you can't just have him leave.
But apparently, the feud's over though because he got his hands on Paul Heyman, and
that's what I'm saying.
That was like the
Ryback served his point now, and
it was second. He was secondary.
Supposedly, this whole Paul Heyman ride's over now.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman we might not see Paul Heyman back on television till Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Which is not good news for Curtis Axel. Because to me, I think he was the guy who really needed Paul Heyman more than anybody. I think all Ryback did was supposed to make it more. Once again, I think here's another thing. WWE gives Ryback a shot against and they give him the Paul Heyman, one of the greatest managers in the history of the game. A guy who can give heat on anybody. And pretty much what Ryback does is most people think he spoiled it. He got out to it and he effed it up. He was being thrown into a big time feud and he didn't deliver. And if you want to be thrown in a big time feud, it was the second most biggest feud on Raw. I mean, let's be fair here. Maybe the third. What if the Big Show maybe in there too?
But there's a big gap though. No. The way it seems to me.
Yeah. Well, like I said, then roster. I'll get that on Raw, but I'm looking. But I really do think that I'm not saying he's going to get fired or he's going to get released or it's back to development for him. But I do think that the Ryback experience for now is over.
I'd rather them at this point. I'd rather them turn him back face or something because at this point, I mean, it's just I don't know what they're doing. He was like secondary in this feud. Paul Heyman, the feud. Was
the whole point of the feud was that Punk was going to get his hands on Paul Heyman, and he did, and he beat the shit out of him up on top of that cell with a kendo stick, nonetheless.
And that was the thing. And then the next night on Raw, it's like, all right, let's have him face again. Even though Paul Heyman's now out of the picture.
Well, because he wanted to take Ryback out of the picture now.
Yeah.
Well, so what better way to do it than beat the hell out of him in a match?
And it was
exactly
a
short match where a smaller wrestler just beat the shit out of a bigger wrestler.
Yeah.
You want to really make Ryback look bad on television?
Right.
That's how you teach guys lessons. You make them look terrible on television.
Yeah, I mean,
because then what fans are you get behind this guy then?
Yeah.
You bring him down to earth and you don't really give him, but you hope that this is a character experience for him.
Well, to me, it's been WWE's fault the way they've been handling him creatively.
Some people say that this whole fall Ryback started all the way back when he faced CM Punk in Hell in a Cell. They thought that was the best opportunity to pull the trigger on this guy, and they didn't.
Yeah.
Maybe because everybody wants it. They were still. Let's face it. It was all about Punk Rock at this point. It felt like every pay-per-view. Because there was no way in hell they were going to have an untrained. I want to say untrained. He did have training.
Yeah.
In fact, and this is one thing he will admit that I will say he does an advantage over Bill Goldberg is. He's had more training than Bill Goldberg ever had at WCW.
Yeah.
One of the things about Goldberg is one of the most over-green wrestlers that will ever exist and will probably never happen again because, like I said, if his match went over 6 minutes, it was a disaster.
Yeah.
And WWE really made sure they took advantage of that because you watch some of the Triple H matches, they were not 5-star classics.
Yeah.
They lasted 17 minutes, and it was a bore fest. That's because I was thinking it's because Triple H I think has always been a boring wrestler.
Yeah.
He's kind of tech savvy. He's technically a brawler, but he just doesn't have a moveset that makes me excited. Still, I think he's a great wrestler. I just don't think he's an exciting wrestler. But that was to me. That's when the whole Ryback experience ended. Really, after that, he had shots, but I don't think anybody actually thought he was going to ever win anything.
Yeah, I mean, he was again. I mean, that TLC match last year was pretty cool, but then the Mark Henry loss at WrestleMania.
But I think to me though, this whole Shield when even the Elimination Chamber match against the Shield, those feuds were meant to build the Shield up.
Yeah.
Which, to me, I think has been a way better success than the Nexus angle they did a few years back. Because these guys about to split up. I think it's still too early for these guys here, but then at the same time, I also think all these guys are ready for a single run. I think Ambrose is going to be a very good heel. I think Roman Reigns, big guy, could be no offense, you like Biggie Langston. I think this is the best big guy they have.
Reigns, yeah.
He's got a hell of an athletic ability to him. Yeah.
He's a little lighter than.
And he's fast.
Yeah.
His spear
that's what I mean.
His
like
spear looks
yeah,
nasty.
it looks great. Yeah, he's spearing guys through barricades. It's always
and like I said, Seth Rollins is just a bolt master.
Yeah.
I mean, once again, a Ring of Honor guy too. So you look at Daniel Bryan, who I think still is in out there, and CM Punk. It always blows my mind now that WWE still has not taken advantage of some of these independent guys because look at the track record now. Punk, Bryan, and now Rollins. Why would you not keep going that direction?
Right, exactly.
Clearly, this is where the talent pool is right now. But, once again, 70-year-old man running the company still.
Yeah.
For how much longer, I don't know. But I guess moving on to the next match, I believe was not the Divas match. I think I might have skipped the match.
I don't know.
But whatever, let's go straight to John Cena.
The bottom line is, the bottom line is...
Where John Cena wins his 14th title reign.
Yeah.
He's won 11 WWE titles, which is the most of anybody, most reigns. I don't know if he's held it for the most days though. Actually, I should say he won't because Bruno Sammartino has a 7-year reign in there, and nobody's beating that record anytime soon. But no, John Cena 11 reigns, so he has the most reigns of anybody. Only 3 world title reigns, but he is actually 2 wins away from tying Ric Flair.
Yeah,
something people thought Triple H might beat, but I think Cena actually has a shot at beating it. Granted, Flair actually has a lot more than 16 reigns, but that's all WWE recognizes.
Right. Yeah.
But then again, if you got to count all Flair's reigns, you got to count all Jerry Lawler's reigns down in Memphis, and most of those gets no name. Yeah. Lawler can say all he wants. They were a bunch of no-name guys that never went anywhere in the company, and anywhere in wrestling. But Cena won. I wasn't really surprised.
Yeah. We called it.
I was surprised that Rock's mom was in attendance and Cena noticed and hugged her in the front row because they were in Miami. Yeah. And Dwayne, I don't think Dwayne Johnson is going to be working WrestleMania because they weren't having the last pay-per-view buy, and I think 3 straight WrestleManias is right now enough for The Rock. And I also think with all the movies he has coming out, mainly a new Hercules movie, another Fast Furious movie he's involved in. I see him still going in the movie business still, and not wrestling a match. I don't see it happening at this year's WrestleMania, which is fine. Yeah. I don't like who might be coming to replace him, maybe, because Goldberg, and now there's Hulk Hogan rumors that he's training to make for one more match. I don't know how. He can't do a leg drop anymore because of his hips. He has a bad back. Yeah. I think when he walks now, every bone cracks in his body. How he's going to take a bump, I have no idea. Yeah. But no, to me, the real story, though, is Alberto Del Rio. I was such a fan of this guy when he first came in this company as a heel.
I wasn't. No. I'm not today.
When he first came out, titled with the Cars, and with Carter Rodriguez, it was unique and new, and it was interesting. And when
I couldn't take it seriously though. That's the only thing.
No, but the whole point of his gimmick was he. Here's the thing about the gimmicks now. They can be stereotypes.
Yeah, pretty much.
You have a rich Mexican aristocrat. Yeah. In the United States today, where if somebody's Hispanic, they're labeled as poor and poverty, pretty much. Yeah. That's the stereotype that's been established pretty much in this country. Very racist stereotype, I'd say. But what a better way to insult an American audience than to throw a racial stereotype back at him. Guy's and a great wrestler. But to me, they took away everything that was exciting about this guy's gimmick. I liked the Cars. I liked Ricardo. You took away all that, and you made him a boring superstar now. Because now the only thing good about him now is his wrestling skills. To me, he has no character now.
Yeah, which he can often be pretty bland, I think, in matches. At least I thought.
Once again, Triple H syndrome, I think.
Yeah.
Triple H was accused of anything, being too bland. Because there was nothing else to him except a wrestler. Yeah. And that, to me, that's where characters come in WWE now. To me, he had a great character, but they took everything good away together. I like the fancy cars, and I like Ricardo Rodriguez. I actually like this gimmick. I was happy for the guy when he won the Royal Rumble in 2011. I'm thinking, thank God they're backing a young star finally. I don't really care if it's a heel or a face. I don't care who it is. They're backing a young guy. Yeah. It's not a Big Show, which once again we will get to Raw very, very soon. But I just I don't know what to do now because I don't think Ricardo's going to be the announcer for him again,
Yeah.
and I really don't know why they stopped doing the whole car deal.
Yeah.
Once again, I think he got boring. I mean, you say something. I actually was interested in this character when it
Yeah.
first came out.
Well, I mean, they pushed him right. They seem to push him high right away.
Because I think he was ready, Tyler.
And
I really do. You
I
say he sucks on
I
the
didn't
mic.
think
You
he
say he's
was.
terrible on the mic.
I didn't say he was terrible. I just said like I can't take
To
him
me, he's
seriously.
better than to me. He's better than Rey Mysterio on the mic, easily.
Yeah, I mean,
Speaking of Rey
I just
Mysterio, though,
can't,
by the way,
I just can't take it
going
seriously.
back to the pre-show, he was on the Spanish announce team.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah, we saw that.
I don't know if he was for the whole night, but to the pre-show, they made sure that hey, it's Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
So don't know what that means for his career in the company, but no, but I mean, for me, I thought this was a guy who had a lot of potential. I think he still does, but you got to bring back everything that made this guy even over.
Yeah.
To me, he was no offense, the Hispanic version of JBL. From the cars, the wealthy talk, the talking down on people. Except he had his own ring announcer, which I think is what really made the character over. But Carter was what really made that gimmick over. Once they took that away, it was done. That's when the face turn they killed him, too. I don't know why they turned him face. I have no idea why.
I don't know.
There was nothing
Or even before that, last year, Ryback was squashing him, I remember, and then he was, then the whole Christmas time thing, and he supposedly killed Santa.
Oh my God. Who was Mick Foley in this, guys? Oh my God. That was, I get it's a PG show. I get there's kids watching, but my God, that was one of the stupidest angles ever. Yeah, and John Cena was fighting to defend. He was fighting for Santa. I mean,
it was a bunch of stupid stuff.
That was a stupid match and angle that lasted, granted, for at least one night.
Yeah.
But no, that was definitely a stupid idea.
Yeah.
But Cena won, and he's a 14th reign, and maybe John Cena can bring the prestige back to this title.
Well, we'll get to that in a moment.
I guess now Divas match quick. Brie Bella lost. I actually was surprised, but I think it was.
I figured AJ would win again.
Well, I'm not really disappointed. I think AJ's going to hold this belt for a long time. To me, she's the most interesting diva.
There's nobody else right now.
She's the most interesting diva.
There's nobody else. I mean,
I always probably she holds this thing for a year, which fine. She's the most interesting diva right now.
Yeah, I mean,
but
Caitlyn was on the panel. I heard.
Yeah.
A lot of people said that the best part of this pay-per-view was Caitlyn in the dress she. I don't know. Apparently,
to me, the best part was the first match. Not that the main event was bad, but
yeah, a lot of people thought that the tag match was the best match.
Yeah, which really is a good sign for the Cody Rhodes Goldust feud that clearly is coming at WrestleMania.
And
which I'm not going to
Shield, of course, being there.
I'm curious if WrestleMania is going to be like the whole legacy deal. It's going to be a triple threat match between all three members. And I'm curious who the babyface is going to be in that match and how the fans will react to the babyfaces, because that was when Orton was a babyface again, officially.
Yeah.
Even did his pose that they didn't do in years, which really got fans popping because they used to dig that pose. But no, so we get to the main event. I thought it was a great match. Really, I really did. I didn't think it was.
Most people thought it was good.
The thing that screwed it up for me, which I was really surprised because every time
there's
a special guest referee.
We call it
There's a screwy finish. This is the third pay-per-view that's ended with a screwy finish.
Right.
Technically, a fourth one if you want to keep SummerSlam. I won't because I actually like that pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But you have the fast cow. The fast cow.
Right.
The Daniel Bryan winning. And by the way, so sad there that the plate was the whole yes. And that looks so awesome on the title belt, but we might not see those for a while.
Yeah.
And we might never see him if he ever win the World Heavyweight title from Cena at WrestleMania. But then you get the stupid Big Show finish, which is so stupid because not only is the focus not on these two gentlemen, Orton and Bryan, it's on the Big Show. A guy who wasn't even involved in the match. The match closes, the pay-per-view closes title with Big Show's music playing. Not Daniel Bryan's, not Randy Orton's. Oh no, the Big Show. So let me get this match. No Big Show because, I don't know, he had a restraining order against him. Didn't stop him from showing up on Raw. Didn't even stop him from his theme music playing. We'll get to that in a second. But Triple H comes down. Okay, fine. I figured he was going to get involved in the match. Bryan, they're not happy about this. Tries to get Shawn else to come up. There's a high knee. Granted, kind of missed him by a mile, but I guess, you're not going to take a high knee to the guy's to Triple H's chin, because Triple H doesn't want to do doesn't want to get hurt. So then you have Shawn Michaels see this and immediately super kicks him, and then counts Randy Orton. And I guess now moving into Raw, but the way you looked at the pinfall, you thought this was not a heel turn. Watching Raw, Shawn Michaels is now officially a heel.
Yeah.
The promo was heel-like.
Although he'll probably be off TV now for...
No, well, yeah. I mean, he's not... There's not going to be a Daniel Bryan-Shawn Michaels match, although I would really enjoy that because I really don't think...
Yeah.
I really think Shawn Michaels still has it. He just doesn't want to take bumps anymore. He's not Hulk Hogan. He doesn't have a medical reason why he can't really perform in the ring anymore. Yeah. But, no... to me, though... did it really make for Bryan to win the belt? I mean, honestly, I thought Orton was going to win the belt.
Yeah.
Because you need to have some heel. And at this rate, they're trying to push this whole administration faction through the roof as the most dominant heel brand. And I'm sorry, I forgot Hell in a Cell. The third superstar that now I can officially say career has ended, and this has shocked the hell out of me, is The Miz.
Yeah.
This guy, Tyler, a former world champion.
Former WWE champion.
And unlike Dolph Ziggler, and unlike Ryback, he main evented WrestleMania. Right. Main evented. Granted, nobody gave two shits about him because it was all about Rock and Cena.
Yeah.
But still, he main evented WrestleMania. And won the match. And now the best way to say it is buried.
Yeah.
Got his ass kicked by the Wyatt family. Kane comes out, saves him, then beats his ass.
Yeah.
So the theme is that The Miz now is getting his ass kicked pretty much every night. And then on Raw, oh my God, Michael Cole's best line. JBL now has gone back to burying The Miz too. And if you know the history between those gentlemen and Miz's earlier career, you would know why that was so hilarious. Because it's funny. It looks like Miz finally fooled JBL, and now it looks like everything JBL said about the guy has come to fruition again.
Yeah.
Miz, it's fading Kane, and JBL says Miz has no shot here. And poor Michael Cole has to say, well, he's a world champion, JBL, and he did main event WrestleMania. He did win a main event WrestleMania. And all of a sudden, Kane wins in a very short match. And Michael Cole goes, huh. Well, that ended faster than I thought it would. Like, he was shocked by the finish.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not even talking about a character. He was playing Michael Cole, and he thought, oh, this is going to be a competitive match. I mean, I think Miz has a shot here. And all of a sudden, it's, oh, that was fast.
Yeah.
And, and now we have a new member for Stephanie McMahon's, fan club, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And we have Unmasked Kane again, which suppose he's being done because See No Evil 2 is coming out. And let's face it, when Kane was playing the Psycho Killer, he had no mask on. And I guess so people realize it's Kane.
Yeah. The
non-wrestling fans don't watch the product, who I guess is going to watch the movie in theaters, can say, oh, it's that guy. Not okay. Who's this guy? I thought there was this guy wearing this red mask that had burn marks on him and that. Yeah. So, and he's heel again too. It's fine. And he's also the monster of destruction again. I like Kane when he just beats up the hell out of people.
Yeah.
I mean that's what really made the character over to begin with. I mean he was this guy that came out and he beat the hell out of everybody. Yeah. His WrestleMania, to me, he was the best thing about the 2001 Royal Rumble when he had knocked out 11 people.
Yeah.
He was the highlight of that whole match. Austin really wasn't the highlight till he came out late in the Rumble and he got his ass kicked by Triple H and then won the match and that was it. But the highlight of that whole Rumble was Kane massive destruction in the ring because you had a lot of hardcore guys in there and I think Austin brought a bowling ball of all things and Raven a lot of kendo stick shots and destroying Honky Tonk Man with his guitar. I mean, it was a very entertaining match, and I like that entertaining Kane because all Kane did back then was kick everybody's ass pretty much. So I'm happy that Kane's coming back. But I guess in the beginning, John Cena comes out and cuts his typical John Cena promo.
Yeah, overkill on the phrases.
Yeah,
they act like he acts like he was gone for 2 years when it was 2 months. It felt like 2 days.
Yeah, it felt like 2 days. Yeah. Here's the thing, though, child. We can bitch about this Raw. This Raw rating shot up compared to last week.
Because everybody knew Cena was back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, people, once again,
we
said this when Brian said, if you wanted to see and show WWE that you're sick of John Cena, and that
Yeah.
you are a majority of people out there, then you got to deliver watching the show every night.
But I also like
ratings do
a
reflect.
lot of the problem to me also was during this time WWE didn't do anything really creative with it. They didn't try to move anybody else up. It seemed.
Well, no. I mean, and like
Dolph
I said,
Ziggler going down as we saw.
I mean, really, the only guys that benefited from Cena gone were Cody Rhodes, who to me now,
I mean,
might be the only shot. I mean, besides some members of the Shield, possibly now is the only shot maybe in the future guy of the company.
But I'm talking like someone moving up to the main event level and stuff. I mean, there's guys that have potential.
I mean, this Daniel Bryan, granted, got his ass kicked most of the time in this feud. He had a few moments. And granted, all we really know about this guy is yes. I mean, he really hardly had the mic in his hand most of the time. So did Bryan really get any benefits from the feud either? I mean, I know. Supposedly he's not out. He's not like buried or he's not out of the main event picture. Just he's not going to be getting a title shot anytime soon.
Yeah.
The guy who got the most benefit out of this feud, it looks like, is the Big Show. Why at his age? I have no idea.
I mean, he can still deliver, but
when you're thinking future Tyler, you don't think Big Show.
Yeah, but
and at this rate, don't want to move ahead of myself because we're going to go back to the whole Damien Sandow deal. Now, I like Mick Foley. I really do. He said the thing was not a burial, and I agree it was not a burial. And to be fair, money big winners need to start losing cash-ins to make it more unpredictable.
But
so
we'll get to that cash-in.
Okay. So
in a second.
You want to go? You want to focus more on the end and then go to the beginning?
I'm just all over the place. I mean, I don't.
I mean, well, let's be fair. The whole Punk is now